All right, today I'm going to go over the most missed questions from the Unit 4 test on similar figures. The first most missed was question number 1. The first thing we have to do is go ahead and match up our sides. The small side on the small rectangle is going to match the short side on the large rectangle. The long side on the small is going to match the long side on the large. Then once you have it set up, you're going to do 8 to X. So I did teal to purple. I'm going to do teal to purple again, which is 10 to 425. When I solve, I'm going to get X equals 340. That is answer choice B. Now, if answer choice B did not have what X equaled, the other way you can look at it is you can look and see what X is paired with. In this case, X and 10 are buddies. So when I look at answer choice A, 8 and X are buddies, so that doesn't work. B, 10 and X are buddies, so that works. C, 425 and X are buddies, that does not work. And D, answer choice D, that has 10 and 425, so that does not work. So again, answer choice B is the correct answer. The second most missed is going to be question number 2. The reason this was missed a lot was because a lot of people didn't redraw their triangles. So I have one big triangle here, and then I have a smaller triangle here. So what you do is you redraw them. So I would draw my small triangle, and that is 5 to 9. Then I would redraw my large triangle, which is going to be H to 27. Then I set up my proportion. My proportion would be, or match up my sides. I would match 5 and H and 27 and 9. So when I set up my proportion, I would have 5 to 9, H to 27, where H is going to equal 15. The third most missed question was question number 5. It says a light pole that is 3 meters tall casts a shadow 2 meters long. At the same time, a person near the light pole casts a shadow 1.2 meters long. Match up your sides. I'm going to match 3 with the which is the height of the lamppost, with X, the height of the person. Then I'm going to match 2, the shadow of the lamppost, with 1.2, the shadow of the person. Set it up. I'm going to have 3 to 2, X to over 1.2. When I multiply on the diagonal and divide by my extra number, I wind up with 1.8 meters, which is C. Question number 4. The first thing you do is you're going to write your similarity statements. Here we have ABCD is similar to NPQM, so I'm going to write that down. Then I see that A to D matches with N to M, and my other one is DC. That matches with MQ. I set up my proportion and I solve. So I'm going to have 3 to 15, 8 to X. You're going to multiply on your diagonal, divide by your extra, and you have X equal to 40. And the fourth and final, I guess that was the fourth and final question. So now we're going to go to some practice problems. Practice problem number 1. The first thing you're going to do is write out your similarity statements because they flipped my triangles. So I'm going to have ABC is similar to triangle PQR. So I'm going to match. I'm going to go and look, and I need to solve for N. N is here, so I'm going to go ahead and put my line on that. That's R to Q. So I need to match that with C to B on the other. So I'm going to go ahead and match that up. Now, just to make it easy on myself, I'm going to match up A and B with P and Q. Now all I have to do is set up my proportion, and so I would have 4 to 9, 12 to n. Then I look and see who's buddies. Here I have 4 and n, they're buddies, and when 4 is buddied with n, 9 is buddied with 12. So when I check A, it's 12 and n, that doesn't work. B has 4 and n, but then when I look, 8 and n, so that doesn't work. Then when I look at C, 9 and n are buddied, that doesn't work. Here I have 4 and n and 9 and 12, that does work. Now if we had come across a situation where our proportion was not listed as an answer choice, all you would have had to do is solve for n and then solve each of the answer choices, and either way you still wind up with a correct answer of D. Problem number 2. We're solving for x, so I need to match up my sides. So I'm going to have 20 centimeters matches with 15 centimeters, and I'm going to have x matches with 24. So I'm going to set up my proportion. So I'm going to have 20 to x equals 15 to 24. You're going to multiply on your diagonal, divide by your extra. When you do that, you are going to get x equals 32. Our third practice problem. This is just like question number 2. The easiest thing to do is separate your triangles. So my first triangle is FAN, and I have 4 and 6. My second triangle is FOX, and that is going to be 10 to x. So I need to match up my sides. 4 and 10 match, and 6 and x match. So when I match them up, I'm going to have 4 to 6, 10 to x, and I'm going to go ahead and solve for x. When I do, I get x equals 15. And finally, the last practice problem. For this one, you're going to match. It says a tree is 12 feet tall and casts a shadow 9 feet long. A building nearby casts a shadow that measures 21 feet. How tall is the building? So I'm going to match the height of the building to the height of the tree. And then I'm going to match the shadow of the building to the shadow of the tree. Then I set up my proportions and solve. So I would have x to 21 and 12 to 9. Set them equal. You're going to multiply on the diagonal, divide by the extra, and you're going to have x equals 28 feet.